Good afternoon, everybody. Yvié Sunflower here. Going to get back into it. 2022 was a really hard year last year, wasn't it, for so many people? 2021, including myself. But I'm very excited to be back organising all my art and fluid art and resin art and classes. So I hope you'll jump on board and enjoy 2022 with me. The project I'm going to do today is this beautiful serving board. So I'm just going to be experimenting with resin, but with silicone oil as well. Now you don't hear that very often. So we'll just have a go. Now the resin I'm using is platinum. I'll just turn that round. 360 plus. It's actually was bought out for surfboards originally, but it's FDA approved, Australian made, non-toxic and food safe. So I'm using that one today. It's 2 parts A to 1 part B, the hardener. So I've got that mixed up, which is here. It's quite a lovely, clear, beautiful resin. It's quite liquidy, and I need a more the viscosity to be quite thin today. So with what I'm going to experiment with. So the colours I'm going to be using are Peacock Dance in a paste. Okay, I'm using a combination of, and then in mica powders I'm using Peacock Green and Cosmic Blue. I'm also going to be using Cast and Craft White, and the silicone is H4000. I can't read the name on it. It's a silicone oil. It's actually used a lot, I know, with gym equipment, but that's the oil silicone oil I'm going to be using today. So I've prepared the base by really cleansing it with alcohol wipes to remove any oil that may have been poured onto this wood prior to me purchasing it. I rather like it because it's got a tiny little rim around. I'm hoping not to flood over it, so I'm not actually going to put any protective tape on. So we'll see what happens. It's got some handles, a lot lighter down here. So I hope you enjoy. Just if I need to talk over the video later, I will. Well, in the background, the music that I'm playing is on the radio, which I think everyone has permission to play without it being an intrusion, or I can't think of the word. Sorry, you know what I mean. It's just the jazz channel on the radio here in Tasmania. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so my main colour that I'm going to be putting on as a base is this beautiful paste in a Peacock Dance. Don't need a lot of it. All these products too, by the way, that I use are from Resin Expressions here in Australia. Once again, non-toxic and FDA approved, made and created here in Tassie. You can see the colour there on the stick. That's one. And then I'm going to be using get my cast and craft going. I don't know how much I put in there. I just did. It was a really good squeeze of the bottle. I don't have to worry about it falling through and creating blobs on the underneath, because we're not going to see the underneath. I'm just going for the surface appearance today. It's my casting craft. I can sit there. And then, excuse me, Cosmic Blue. Always make sure when you're using mica powders that, I've just dropped, I'll have to re-wipe the top of the board now, that you really get rid of any of the dust, because otherwise it will settle. This is my Cosmic Blue. It's a beautiful shade. And the last one is Peacock Green. Okay, so we'll just put a little bit of the nice thing about, if you want to give this Platinum 360 a try, they do sell it in small boxes, just so that you can play and experiment. What was I doing? Oh yes, here we go. The next one. I need another stick. The word I was trying to think of in regards to the music I'm playing was copyright. This is the ABC channel on the radio, just to make that clear. I love jazz. Right, we're going to start off with our paste. Always re-stir. See, I'm only putting a thin coating. Hoping it's enough. trying to check around the edges because I don't want any spillage. I know you can see the wood through there still, but that's the whole plan. It's got a little bit left. I can. If I'm taking too long with my videos, please just forward it to the next stage if I'm boring you. I realise that everyone that watches videos on YouTube are at different levels of their journey with resin or acrylic. And I know how frustrating it can be if you want to, I just fast forward. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do heat gun. Sorry about the noise. That looks pretty impressive already. This is it after the resin has been applied, using a paste on the base, 2 mica powders, and then the casting craft. And I've now heated it all up. So while it's quite warm, I need to apply the silicone oil. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of silicone oil in this container here. And then I got this idea online. I think it's Resin As You Wish, but I will find out the exact thing. And being a beauty therapist, I've got plenty of nail technician tools. These are what these are, and you can get them cheap online. They've got a little knobble on the end. One's finer, one's thicker. And I'm going to use, I think, the smaller one. Okay. I'm just going to dip it into and you can see how immediately, and wipe it when you bring it back up so you don't get resin on the next piece. You can see how it's starting to work here and push it. Oh, I actually did something wrong. I'm supposed to blend in first. Maybe I will here. It's just so that the different colours can come up. You see, with the silicone, it continues to work. Keeps pushing. Need a little bit more silicone. I can't even see it in here. I've got so little. You have to work fairly quickly, I believe. This is my very first attempt with using silicone on resin. But I believe that you can only use, it will stop working if it gets too cold. So I'm trying to work as quickly as possible here, although it is an extremely hot day today here in Tassie, which is most unusual. And you'll see how they're slowing down now, actually. You can sort of like double dip and pop another bit more silicone on areas that you want it to be more defined, as I'm demonstrating here, straight on top of the others. I'm going to have a go here too. I think it would look rather nice. Sometimes I keep forgetting to wipe my little tool. hoping I haven't gone overboard with this, which is quite like me because I get carried away and I'm just experimenting. So, okay, so I want a bit more of the dark here, so I'm going to use a bigger dotting tool. I mean, it can be a satay stick, and I'm going to place it here on this dark piece because I want it to work its way inwards. Okay, oh, can you see that? That's working quite nicely. I just want to create more of a space there. I just did apply a bit. I forgot about how far it will spread once you put the silicone on. Just want to bring that darker up there. Oh yes, that's better. Might do it again to create a gap. And here to create a gap too. That will bring it in. Of course, once this has cured, I will have to remove the silicone that will be sitting on the top. And we do that with alcohol wipes or with dishwashing liquid. And then making sure, of course, that the creation here is quite dry, because water and resin do not go together. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's pretty spectacular. Even if I do say so myself. I love it. Just like a bit more blue dark here. It's stopped working, I think. Okay, I'm just going to, I should have done this before. Well, that looks quite spectacular. I'll bring you down to show you. Look how it opens it up. See, it's still moving. Actually, I think I've managed to put the right amount on. It's almost to the top edge. Wow, we'll come back and see this soon. This is about half an hour after this was poured. You can see how it continued to work and travel. Well, it's looking so beautiful. I can't wait to see it tomorrow, and we'll clean off all the oil and put a clear coating on the top. Morning. I don't know, I'm trying to show you all the little dimples, or you may see those little dimples from where the oil has been. So now I'm going to clean it. So now I'm going to clean it up. Get some kitchen towel to absorb the oil. Oopsie. Next I'm going to use some alcohol whites. I'll put out a few. And try to remove all those dimples of oil. Oops, dropped that one on the floor. Who knows what's on the floor? So I'll get a fresh one. Got to make sure all the oil is removed before I can put the top coat on. I'm really delighted with this. You can have a look. So beautiful. Thrilled to bits with that result. Who would have known I could have put silicone oil on resin? One disappointment is I didn't think it would leak through, but there has been a spot there where it's leaked through the join and there between the wood and the brass. So a little bit of filing, a little bit of sanding to do later. Just checking, making sure there's no more oil on there. I have got my resin ready. Once again, I'm using Platinum 360 Plus, food safe, non-toxic, FDA approved resin. I love this resin, actually. It's so clear. Okay, did I mention Australian made too? Okay, so I'm going to pour in the middle. I have actually made 4.5 ounces up here. And the way I know is because I have these lovely little containers that have measurements on the side. God, the perspiration, it's such a hot day here today. That's just not quite balanced there, is it? I'll just stick another stick in. Move this around. Oh, I know why it's running down that side. It's because that underneath, that's where it leaked. But I believe it has sealed it. So this, I need this to be a bit thicker this side to fill up to the same height. Okay, I'm just going to heat it up a little. You can use your fingers because it's self-leveling, as long as you've got your bench level. Just to finish that off, I'm going to just go over it with the little gun, little gas burner. See if there's any bubbles that I need to remove. I can just see a little bit I've got to fix. I'll just bend down to eye level. Oopsie. Sometimes, like, I've really tried hard to remove all the oil, but if I can see a little dimple, I'm going to go over and allow another blob of silicone to land in it. It could be a tiny drop of silicone, which I'm hoping not. Just coming in at every angle here, bending down, trying to not get my hair in the actual silicone, not silicone, resin, which I've done many times and had to cut my fringe off. And I've just washed it, so it's hanging down at the moment. Hence, I'm not letting you see me. Just an apron and a sarong. Just going to go over this one more time. Also, I'm very careful. I'll be watching out to see if I've got any hair in there. Sometimes that's hard to see, but I shall do my best. I'm thrilled to bits with this design. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'd like to thank all my subscribers that I have. I have been on YouTube for, I think, 2 years now, is it? I know I wasn't really on there much last year, but I'm back onto it now, full steam ahead. I apologise, the family crisis, and we're all good now. I'm sure there's many people in the same position as me. Sort of lost my mojo there for a while, so I'm hoping that I get a lot more subscribers, but I do thank the people that have hung in there with me, and I'm very, very grateful for your support, your comments. Looking at this, what do you think? Do you think, if you've got a colour idea that you'd like me to try, please let me know a colour scheme and I will make one in that colour scheme. Any suggestions? Gratefully received. If I have helped you learn a new technique or shown you a new method or been any kind of inspiration to you whatsoever, please click the like button. Leave a comment. I'd really enjoy that. I reply to every single comment. Thank you so very much. Also, I do take classes if anyone's interested, and I could teach you how to do it. You could come and do a class with me here in Prospect in Tasmania. Anyway, we're now going to leave this to cure. I'll see you later. Okay, I'm not going to bother with alcohol wipes. This needs a little bit more attention I don't know if you can see those there, but straight onto a washing up liquid. I'm going to just place it into those dimples, and I saw another couple just here. A washing up liquid is really good for getting rid of oil of any sort. It's like shampoo when you wash your oily hair. It just removes it, all to do with the molecules. So we'll leave that sit there for a moment, and then I will wash that out, dry it off, and make sure it's dry before I put another coat in of silicone on. and top coat of resin. That should do it. Now I'll just get it clean. Okay, I've finally put the top coat on. I've used another different resin, oh dear, and it's platinum art coat. It's also food safe, of course, but it's equivalent to 50 coats of varnish. It was hard to use on such a big piece, because it's a much thicker viscosity, so hard to move around. So I probably would have been better off with a thinner viscosity, but I mixed up the wrong one at the time. So I'm just going to let that rest now, and I've just dragged a hair right across it, so I just have to go in it again. But I'm happy that I managed to get rid of all the little sort of divots caused from silicone oil. So far I'm bending my head down sideways and it's looking good. Just go over it one last time with the blowtorch just to make sure. Okay, we will be back when that's cured. 1 hour later, it's looking good. Yahoo! Completed. Look at that. Domed, beautiful. Could you just tilt that slightly, Stuart, please? So I can get the reflect of the sun on it. A bit more. Hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'm thrilled to bits with this result. Thank you very much for watching. Moving it. Tilt it. Rink backwards and forwards so you can see the sun on it. Oh. Sun's got it.